It's going very well. Liverpool beat Southampton 3-2 away to go 8 points clear at the top of the league, and I'm going to talk all about it. So you got City losing 4-0. Liverpool, top of the league against bottom place Southampton. It's a formality, right? You know it's never going to be as simple as that. And it wasn't. We had to work for this one. I mean, we have to work all the time, but you know what I mean. You know what I love about us this year is that we're capitalising when other teams stumble. We're hitting, putting it into the next gear. And you know, like, the pessimist in me was like, oh, hold on to these 8 points that we have ahead of everyone. Hold on to these 8 points. Don't slip it up. And the optimist in me is like, we're just getting started. This could be one of those unprecedented years, like when we won it 4 or 5 years ago, where we're like 80,000 points clear by Christmas or something like that. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but the two options are there. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about the match. So I missed the first couple of minutes. I was running errands again. Do you know what? It's my own fault this time, because at 1 o'clock, the kickoff was at 2, at 1 o'clock, and I knew I had to go and do the shopping for the week. And I'm like, I don't want to go after the match. I want to just, that to be my day and just bask in it. So I was like, you know what? I want to get the shopping done now. So I got home literally at 2, and let me tell you something. This has nothing to do with the match. I buy too many things for my freezer. So the match is kicked off. I've got it on my little phone here while I'm trying to stuff all the frozen goods that I got into my freezer, which needs to be defrosted. There wasn't enough room. I bought bags, full bags, and we already had full bags of the stuff. I didn't know what we had. So we didn't even need the shit that I was putting in. I'm like, fucking good. But not for a goal. Fucking get in the freezer. Once that was done, then I was able to enjoy the match. First half, listen, we didn't play great. I'll say that. Missed Szoboszlai's goal, not because of me, because Sky weren't switched on enough. They were showing a replay or something, and then they just came back and like, oh, it's in. I just seen the ball going into the net. For all I knew, Szoboszlai had handsomed his way into the goal by just looking at the ball, and the ball just goes. But on closer inspection, he actually kicked it. We had them absolutely floundering at the back due to our wicked high press, and they just passed it straight to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai's like, only more handsome. And fires it right, he fires it right into the corner. It was one of those goals that didn't even need to be that accurate. But you think a man who looks like that is not going to put a little extra stank on it? Please. Now again, copyright purgatory rolls on. I can't actually show you any clips, or ever, really. But I think this artistic demonstration really gets the point across as to what actually happened. Fucking yes scale. That's a 7. Go on, Sobs. Then they get a penalty. Oh, I tell you. And you know what? Even just the decision making that even gave them the opportunity for a penalty was annoying me. Big Verge just marauding his way, losing it halfway up the pitch, and then Robertson gives away the penalty. I didn't really have any complaints with it. But you know what? Even This is how confident Liverpool have made me. Even when they were going to VAR and it's like, is it a penalty, is it a free kick? Either way, I was like, doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. Big Keeve is saving it, whatever happens. And he did. And I tell you, he was so close to saving the rebound. First of all, great to see Big Keeve even in goal with Alisson back to full fitness. That tells you what a job he's doing. That now we're in a position where we're like, we need to rush. So I was basking in every Big Keeve moment, because who knows how many Premier League minutes he's going to get for the rest of the year. But man, what a save. And I tell you, if his arse had just been 1 inch lower, he would have saved the follow-up as well. And if he'd have saved the follow-up, I mean... But 1-1, you're like, all right, fair enough. Fair enough. But still, it was like 1-1 half-time. I was like, I'm not worried. I'm not worried, it's us. Then we went 2-1 down, and then I was worried. Because like as well, like, okay, and then we go 2-1 down. We're at Southampton. They're one of those places that have a proper atmosphere, and you could kind of, you could see the momentum sort of shifting a little bit. I was like, fuck. But when you've got a man like Mo Salah, I mean, this man. So the ball comes in from Gravenberch, who had a phenomenal game. We'll talk a bit more about him later. Beautiful ball up top. And Salah, just to be able to process. I know I'm possibly oversimplifying it, but it's not simple. Where the cross comes in, Salah's clocking the keeper. He's for some reason just running right past him. So Salah's like, okay. And is able to, as the ball is dropping, just get a little past the keeper. Oh, he made him look a right mug. And that's a laugh out loud sort of goal, because I did when it went in. Just like, ha ha, ha ha ha. One of those obnoxious laugh goals. Again, cannot show you the goal, unfortunately. But I think this crude drawing really gets the message across as to what actually happened. Keeper's like, what? I just love him so much. He just makes me happy. Salah's just like a warm blanket. An Egyptian king blanket. Is that a thing? Is that a bed? Doesn't matter. He's just, I mean, we'll talk more about him later, but Jesus Christ, Mo. Now that one got me going, fucking good in. Fucking yes scale, that's a 9. Fucking back in. And there was no messing, just grab the ball, let's go. A little like that to the travelling fans. And then it was fucking on. Absolute onslaught from that moment forward. And it was one of those where I was like, I thought, okay, look, if we can just get to 60, 65, that's normally when, no disrespect, the lesser teams dip and we just turn it up that last half hour. And that's exactly what happened. We had loads of chances. Nunez played a great ball in. I still can't tell if that Nunez ball to Diaz was too far behind him or if Diaz was running too far forward. I know Nunez had to kind of hit it back a bit to not let the keeper get it. So it was Diaz. I think it was a combination of Nunez's pass being slightly too behind and Diaz running slightly too forward. But either way. If I could also ask, hat in hand, that because I have a copyright strike, YouTube limits the amount of views that I get. A lot of people who watch regularly aren't subscribed, so I want to make sure that I still show up for you and for other people. So if you aren't subscribed and you enjoy the videos every week, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe. I've also got some new merch. Some of my crew drawings have made their way onto some mugs over the last few weeks. I've just chosen 5 drawings, so you can have a look there on the merch store thing. It's in my description. So anyway, back to the video. So at this stage, I'm no longer sitting on my couch. I'm standing, like the TV's here, big TV, and I'm standing. My family are just coming in and out, like I'm just standing in the middle of the TV. You're gonna have to walk around me, mate. I mean, sweetheart. So by the time I got to the Penno show, our Penno show, I'm nose to nose with the TV here. And like, I, like everyone else, just, it's like a reflex. I think if you could offer me £1 million, I don't think I could stop myself from going, like, arms shoot out like someone's pulling them on strings. I think I'm done doubting Mo Salah from the penalty spot as well. Normally when Salah is coming up, there's a little part of me that's like, don't know why. His record's phenomenal. But he did miss a penalty against Southampton previously, and then hit a header off the crossbar. So he had some demons to slay. And what a penalty as well. Absolutely no mistake. Now, let's talk about this. Penno's fired in. Keeper, all the best, you mug. Nothing you can do about it. And straight away, tops off, and he is looking jacked. I mean, as he always does. But that's the thing. You know when Salah takes his top off, it's not for no reason. You know, he scored winners for fun throughout his 7, 8 years as a Liverpool player or whatever it is. But Salah taking his top off like that, I'm like, he knows. He knows, we know, and he knows. And he's the least shyest man in the Liverpool universe to talk about winning the title. He's like, fuck yeah, we're winning the title. Even in the celebration. Here's what I love about it as well. Even in the celebration. First of all, he's like, I'm jacked. What do you think about that? Even pulls his shorts down a little bit. He's like, oh, what do you think about that as well? Then you got everyone coming over. And then, this is the part I like the most. You got Luis Diaz picking up his shirt, unfolding it, and showing the crowd, that's who it is, Salah, and gives it back to him. There you are, king. Again, cannot show you the goal, but I feel this artistic representation really gets the message across as to what actually happened. And there's Pep there in the background. Fucking yes scale, that's a 9 as well. And I mean, realistically, he should have had 4. He had an unbelievable chance straight after that, and then he smashed it off the post about 5 minutes after that. I mean, just what a magnificent bastard he is. I mean, How many years later, and he's still the man. Since the second he arrived at Liverpool, he's been the man. And he's never stopped being the man for the entire time. And he's got such an elite winning mentality. He only wants, he's all business this year as well. But, I mean, he's arguably the greatest player the club's ever had. Arguably. And he's the one, still, after all this time, our best performer. He looks incredible, I'm just going to say it. But he's the one, metaphorically, if there's a Avengers Endgame style row of our players, he's the one going, fucking kill him. He's the one on horseback leading us to the title charge. And he's not shy about it as well, which I love. An immensely satisfying win. So, a few other standouts. I thought Gravenberch, again, is just incredible. I'm so happy with him. I mean, arguably first name on the team sheet is Gravenberch. I thought Szoboszlai was brilliant as well. Toss up between him and Salah for my man of the match. Delighted he got his goal. He played great. Even Endo, who came on in the 88th minute, and every time I see Endo coming on, I'm like, oh, he deserves better than this. But, like, what a team he's trying to get into here. But every time Endo comes on with 5 minutes to go or 10 minutes to go, he seems to just never put a foot wrong. Came on, immediately won the ball back, and he's just switched on. And he was talking about it recently of like, look, I know I only get limited minutes, so when I get those minutes, I try and do as well as I possibly can. And he stands out in those few minutes, I always feel. But an immensely satisfying win. And like, I wish that we weren't tagged with this, the title's theirs to lose. Could they do it? Will they do it? Will Arne Slot's Liverpool win the like? It's like, I'd rather not be talking about that this side of Christmas. But we've put ourselves in this position by just being so fucking good that's why the conversation's even happening. It helps the City have lost 5 in a row. I won't lie. What it leads us to now is one of the biggest weeks. I don't want to oversell this. One of the biggest weeks in the history of our club. Because we have 2 games this week. At home to Real on Wednesday and then at home to City on Sunday. I mean, 2 of our biggest rivals, the 2 teams I despise the most. We're essentially playing our 2 biggest enemies, our 2 biggest foils of the last 7-8 years. I just hate them so much, especially City, but especially Real. But I'm confident. We're strong everywhere. We have a great bench, great fan base, great momentum. Fuck it, come on. Anyway, enjoy basking in it all. Bask in the inside Anfield that comes out later probably. Bask in seeing the goals again and again. Bask in being 8 points clear at this time. And bask in being a Liverpool fan, because it's pretty good right now. And up the fucking Reds. Have a great week.